Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Oh, family, we got to talk about this right here. I found a little something on TikTok that I think will make you all laugh, smile, and say, good for you. This brother by the name of Noratomo, he got some just desserts. As you can see, this video got 8.4 million likes, and it was only posted on the 30th of August. So, family, I'm going to go ahead and extend this, and then we'll get into it. Now, family, this young man right here, this man encountered a racist in his chat room, calling him all kind of slurs and racist tropes. And the brother, he did a little digging, and he got his just desserts. Let's go.
To the white guy that called me slurs over and over again in my live stream the other night for no reason, guess what? You're going to get kicked out of the United States Navy. You know how they tell us that we should be careful what we do on social media because there could be real life consequences? Hi, my name's Real Life Consequence. I've done a thorough background check, and now I know everything about you. I know what little town in Texas you're from. I know your name, your phone number, your email address. I've seen your disciplinary records. I know the names of all of your family members, including your dead mother and your daughter who turns 2 next week, and her mother who's going to have to pay for all the birthday presents this year because you came into my live stream and saw a black man who was talking about Pokemon cards and video games, and you assumed, yeah, he's not going to do anything if I call him slurs repeatedly, even though he's trying to help me. Turns out I am going to do something. Turns out there are so many things I can do because I have all the screenshots. I have all of the recordings. I know that after you left my live stream, you went into someone else's and started talking about how much you love Jesus and God and the Bible. So maybe I should send that evidence to the church you go to in that little town we both know about. I know exactly which boat in the Navy you serve on, and I know the names of black sailors that serve on the same boat as you. Maybe I'll send the clips to them as well. But only after I send them to the Naval Inspector General's office, because I'm getting you fired. I'm getting you kicked out of the Navy. There's nothing you can do to stop me. There is no apology I will accept. There is no excuse I will listen to. There is no money you could offer me. You're getting fired. And when you're working the graveyard shift in an Amazon warehouse and your back hurts and your feet hurt and those white bright lights are beating down on you, and the teenager who still has his life ahead of him walks up to you and says, "What are you doing here?" Tell him the truth. Tell him about me.
Family. Only thing I can say to that is, damn! Shout out to that brother. Shout out to that brother. And I got to give a B1 salute to that brother as well. And let me tell you why. Because these folks run around here acting as if there's no consequence for their actions. And I love the way that he said that. Let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Consequence. You never know who you're talking to, and you never know what they can do. So before you jump into people's live chats and start disrespecting them, start calling them all kind of names and racial tropes, just know there are some people out here that's willing to go the extra mile to destroy you and your life, and will feel nothing about it. I'm actually one of those type of people. If you mess over me when it comes down to this foundational Black American situation, I will go the extra mile to make sure that you're exposed. So I truly, truly understand this young man's passion, and I understand his drive to make sure this never happens to him again, because all you need to do is get one. All the others will fall in line as long as you can get one and make an example. And as I stated, the brother got 8.3 million likes on this or something. Excuse me, or something like that. So, family, I got to give a shout out to him. And then I got to give another shout out to him because he didn't back up. He doubled down when people asked him about it later on, asking about, well, why did you have to go so far? You're destroying people's lives. Well, let me play the clip that he actually said. His response to that. Let's go here.
Somebody in the Twitch chat said, why did you get so hurt by N-word? Genuine question. I'll give you a genuine answer. People who look like me used to get eaten in this country. People who look like me used to have parts of their bodies cut off and then fed to them. People who look like me used to get used for alligator bait in this country, and we couldn't do anything about it. So when people say it's not that deep, it's always that deep. It will always be that deep. People used to be able to say that word to me, and everybody else would just clap. And then if I said anything, I might end up in a tree. That's how it used to be. That's how it used to be. If I can make sure you get punished, I'm gonna do it. And I'm not finna apologize to nobody for that. Maybe just leave me alone next time.
Salute to that brother. I love the way he articulated it. I would have just said, get your bitch ass out my comment section. Because that wasn't a genuine question. You're asking how a person can get so hurt by a word that was attached to the history of us being lynched. The word that was attached to a history of us being on plantations, being raped, being goddamn sold, separated from our families, our children being used as alligator bait, them renting out our children to these deviant Europeans who came over here to just sleep with them. I agree with the young brother, and I give a B1 salute to him. He handled the situation very proper and as he should. If you have the information to destroy the person who is bringing you that type of racism, then absolutely pull the trigger on it. And you, my friend, have my support. Whether that means anything or nothing, doesn't matter. But he has my support in doing so. Now, before we get out of here, it's already becoming a running meme. And I love it because this right here took it to a whole new level of comedy for me. So let's go here.
To the white guy that called me slurs over and over again in my live stream the other night for no reason, guess what? You're going to get kicked out of the United States Navy. You know how they tell us that we should be careful what we do on social media because there could be real life consequences? Hi, my name's Real Life Consequence. I've done a thorough background check, and now I know everything about you. I know what little town in Texas you're from. I know your name, your phone number, your email address. I've seen your disciplinary records. I know the names of all of your family members, including your dead mother and your daughter who turns 2 next week, and her mother who's going to have to pay for all the birthday presents this year because you came into my live stream and saw a black man who was talking about Pokemon cards and video games, and you assumed, yeah, he's not going to do anything if I call him slurs repeatedly, even though he's trying to help me. Turns out I am going to do something. Turns out there are so many things I can do because I have all the screenshots. I have all of the recordings. I know that after you left my live stream, you went into someone else's and started talking about how much you love Jesus and God and the Bible. So maybe I should send that evidence to the church you go to in that little town we both know about. I know exactly which boat in the Navy you serve on, and I know the names of black sailors that serve on the same boat as you. Maybe I'll send the clips to them as well. But only after I send them to the Naval Inspector General's office because I'm getting you fired. I'm getting you kicked out of the Navy. There's nothing you can do to stop me. There is no apology I will accept. There is no excuse I will listen to. There is no money you could offer me. You're getting fired. And when you're working the graveyard shift in an Amazon warehouse and your back hurts and your feet hurt and those white bright lights are beating down on you and the teenager who still has his life ahead of him walks up to you and says, "What are you doing here?" Tell him the truth. Tell him about me.
Family, shout out to that sister there. I'm sorry. That just had me in tears when I first saw that. Family, it's become a whole new thing. And by that, you're going to see a lot of Nabiscos being offended because the brother did what he did. No, you should be offended at your fellow Nabisco who went into that brother's lives, disrespecting him and all foundational Black Americans. So you're going to have to grin and bear it. That's it. That's all.
Oh, yes. But we're not done yet.
Well, family, I thought that we were done talking about this young brother Noritomo and how he went from talking about Pokemon cards to becoming a Nabisco supremacist's worst nightmare in a matter of seconds. As I went to upload the video, the young brother I saw did a new video actually addressing the fact that he went viral with the last video that he did. And congratulations to him. I think the last time that I was talking about it a few days ago, it was sitting somewhere around a few million views. And now it's almost at 30,000 views just in a matter of days. So I want to give a shout out to the brother. And I want to play what he had to say because I feel like it's only right to do so. And then we'll talk about it. Let's go.
A week ago, I posted a video and a lot happened since then. I want to talk about what it is like, just very briefly, to go viral and just welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. As you heard from all those clips, I posted a video on TikTok a week ago, and now that video has, let me look, 35 million views. Yeah, that's a lot. Even for TikTok, that's a lot of views. Never seen this many notifications in my life. I mean, I've gotten follows from celebrities. I've gotten likes from Marvel superheroes. Some of my favorite TikTokers and streamers, period, know what I look like now. That's really weird. One of y'all in particular, shout out to you. I fuck with you. I fuck with you heavy. Yeah, this happened so fast. I just don't know if I'm awake. Imagine if you post something and every single time you think the number is going to stop going up, it just keeps going every time. When that video was at 36 views, I thought it was going to stop. I'm being dead serious. I was actually really convinced it was going to stop at 18 million views. And now we're about to double that. So, I mean, I've talked to people around the world who have shared their thoughts on that and wanted to say thank you. Seen so many comments from people saying, like, I had no idea who you were, but now I do. And that means so much. Oh, haven't even mentioned getting contacted by people you haven't spoken to in a very long time. Yep, that's a real thing. That's a very real thing. Now I went into work the other day and people were looking at me weird. I guess one side of like going viral is this whole thing that I've been doing is not really private anymore. Like now a lot of people that I never really intended on telling I do content just know about it. I was in such a good mood today. I forgot to talk about how much hate I've gotten. Yeah, actually that's what happens when you go viral. You get the most extreme love and support and the most extreme utter hatred at the same time. It is an emotional roller coaster, bro. Like literally I'll be scrolling through my message requests and it'll just be like, yay, bad, yay, mean. I'm not used to posting a TikTok and then a bunch of people commenting first. On TikTok, mostly positive. I don't have Twitter, but I heard from friends of mine that they were pretty upset over there. I went viral on Reddit. Somehow I went viral on Instagram before I even posted it there because DL Hewley posted the video. Big Boy commented on it. Busta Rhymes commented on it. Patton Oswalt followed me on Instagram. I'm Dante liked the video. Bro, all right. I made a whole TikTok about this, okay? Y'all don't understand. Bro, half the reason I'm on YouTube right now is because of I'm Dante and Berlizzi. Seeing the words I'm Dante liked your post on my phone, on my screen, that shit make no fucking sense, bro. We're past 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. In a couple minutes, we're going to pass 30,000 followers on Instagram. And we are at 300,000 on TikTok. Here's the thing. If TikTok gets banned again, I'm going to have to post one of those like goodbye videos. Yeah, I've already started thinking of what mine is going to sound like. Oh, I'm in the news. I was on Complex. I was on Atlanta Black Star. I was on World Star. I was in a lot of places. It's a really lucky thing that so many people know what I look like and it's not for a bad reason, you know? I also just want to give a really big shout out to my friends, like my personal in real life friends, because y'all have helped me process all the good and bad that's come from this situation. A lot comes with that much attention. So it's good to have people around me that have helped keep things in context. Anyway, just making this video exclusively for all the new subscribers to tell you welcome to the channel. This is my main thing. The TikTok wouldn't exist if I hadn't started the YouTube channel. This is the platform I want to grow the most. This is the hardest platform to grow by far, but everybody that's joined the channel has helped me absolutely fly past my goals for the year. I mean, that shit is fucking, I thought it was going to take another full year and probably some more to get to where I am now. That's how hard it is to grow a YouTube channel. So yeah, man, I feel lucky as hell to have the subscribers that I have. I'm excited to just get back to work and continue posting. Like y'all put so much energy into me. Also, I have big plans for my channel and some of the videos that I want to make. I mean, I'm working on some pretty cool ideas and I'm excited to bring new content to the channel. And as soon as I'm done filming this, I'm gonna go start editing something else. So yeah, I just wanted to come on, say thank you, acknowledge everybody, and you know, let's get right back to it. 300,000 followers in a week. Rather, this is my life as a cartoon. Have a good.
All right, so salute to that brother. Like I said, I wanted to add that in there because you know, it's very, very, very hilarious to me. I got to give another shout out to that brother because just imagine, he was just sitting around doing something that he liked to do. He was talking about Pokemon. And, you know, he was minding his own business. You know, he might not have had a lot of eyes on him at the time. But here come, you know, this old Nabisco supremacist thinking that he can just talk all the nonsense and troll all he wanted to. And there would be no consequence. And just because this young man decided to stand up for himself, just because he decided to not only embrace his villainy, but there was going to be no apologies. There was going to be no payments, no none of that. There was going to be retribution. All because of that. Now, he's got more eyes on him than he ever thought that he would get. So shout out to the young brother. And I will only suggest this. And you can take it or leave it if you ever see this video. Use your platform and your voice wisely, my brother. Use your platform and your voice wisely. But with that being said, family, now the doors of the church are closed. Peace out.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. Yeah. So fuck everybody. I'm out.